Hey, how's it going? This is Seth, and I'm making a video about quitting smoking and my personal experience. I know there's a lot of advertising and uh, resources to get people exposed to the reality of basically cigarettes, but I basically thought I'd share my personal story because I actually did watch a video of some guy on YouTube, and that was part of the whole thing that got me to quit, the influence that got me to quit smoking. And the commercials, that the campaigns that they did run like on TV or whatever in the past few years or whatever, those did help me. There was a lot of different things that helped me. I read the book The Easy Way to Quit Smoking by Alan Carr, but I was really determined to quit. And especially since like you know I don't feel like I was ever really educated about addiction. But not only that, educated about trauma and different things that can make you the way you are in your life. So I mean, in more recent years, I've been educated a lot about different things, psychological things, and mental illness and addiction, and I've really kind of developed my own perspective on a lot of it, and it's really made me into this person that's like, I don't, you know, I don't want any part of the negativity or the destroying myself. Because I've actually, personally, I mean, I've destroyed my life a lot of times. I've actually been homeless before. I've dealt with a lot of mental illness. I've been in mental institutions. I've been in jail. So, anyways, I mean, I don't want to make this all about the things I've done. And I don't want to sit here and act like I'm put the message to people that I'm a criminal or some crazy person. But anyways, I mean, I have a background, but I'll stick to the subject matter of quitting smoking simply. So I'm 28 years old and I quit smoking a year and a half ago. And I was pretty much smoking since I was like 13 years old. And there were a few times, like I was actually in boot camp for like 6 months when I was like 16 or 17, I think 17. But so there were times where I wasn't smoking, but I remember having this conversation with this cashier at a gas station when I was buying cigarettes, and he was like, that we were having kind of small talk, and he ended up saying to me that you might as well not even try to quit. You might as well just give up. And sometimes I think when someone is told something that they can't do something and it's not possible, it kind of motivates them to do something or prove them wrong. I think that a lot of people do those types of things in life and various different subjects or whatever. Like not being like their parents or whatever the hell. But that was kind of a motivator. And yeah, like I read that book, The Easy Way to Quit Smoking by Alan Carr. I think his name's Alan Carr. There was and there was videos that I watched online that inspired me and helped me to quit. But really, I mean, the point that I'm trying to get to is, I mean, you can do it, and I mean, I think a lot of people, they're just miseducated about things, and they really have especially if you're young, you kind of have this perspective of being cool and stuff, or, rebelling or whatever, or, all this fucking shit, or even vaping, it's just like, dude, you don't need to do that. It's fucking stupid. I mean, it is like a satisfying thing, like to just smoke, it's like a pleasurable thing. It's a luxury, it's something that's like exotic or something. Like, I don't know how to say it, it's like, it's a thing that we do. But you can quit, and there is really no point to doing it. When you think, oh, you're enjoying it, but I mean, the fact of the matter is, I mean, a lot of things in life are just kind of an illusion of your mind and how you're perceiving it. And that's one thing that really motivated me, is like, the only reason why I'm doing this is because I think I have to. And it's in my subconscious mind that I'm doing it. I mean, it's just like, I'm doing it on an automatic, like I'm a robot. I'm a cigarette consumption machine. And it's just stupid to do that. And then that actually, the whole concept of that actually led me to doing other things in my life. Like I've published like 12 books, Now I don't know who's gonna watch this or whatever, but I've published like 12 books. I've written poetry books, 10 poetry books, just poetry that I creatively wrote, like original stuff. So, but I mean, what I'm trying to say is just the concept, some concept of perception of this cigarette is nothing. It's not real. I'm just thinking that I have to do it is so powerful in that way that you can think, you know, how people are judging me isn't real, or it's an illusion, or, you know, them, you know what I'm saying? Because people have problems with their perception of self, how they see themselves and how they feel about things, and sometimes that can lead them to smoke. So, you know, they're smoking cigarettes because they think that they're too weak or something, or, you know, it's just addiction. You know, there's a lot of different ways to put it, but you know, I will say that you can't underestimate it. It's very powerful. It's so powerful, in fact, that it can consume your whole life, you know? And one little simple thing like that can just destroy you, you know, everything you are. And you put all this thing, you know, it's like all this time you're putting into it with your mind, like you're wasting so much time on it and energy of just thinking about not doing it. But what I'm gonna say is it is, like I said, it is very powerful. It's so powerful. It's a matter of life or death. That's how powerful it is. Like, it kills people. It takes control of them. It does control them. It tells them when or they can or can't do anything. And this is addiction in general. And there's a lot of different addictions out there. Social media is an addiction, you know. But maybe social media isn't something like cigarettes or heroin or something, you know. But, you know, social media, the addiction of social media can destroy your relationships, you know, because when you get addicted and you start posting things just to like get likes and just to get people to like you and stuff, you can go to extreme measures, and a lot of the time people get offended and all this, and you're not being respectful, and that's a real thing, whether people want to think they are or aren't a respectable, honorable person. I mean, that is kind of a real thing, but that's kind of the controversy, and that's kind of a different subject, but I mean, it's all addiction in general, you know. And cigarettes, you know, a lot of time you're mentally ill, or, you know, you do it because your friends do it, you do it because other people do it. Dude, I'm telling you right now, that is stupid. To do something just because someone else does it. You know, and it's just like that old saying is, you know, it's just classic wisdom here. Like, you know, if your best friend told you to jump off a cliff, would you? You know, or whatever, however it goes, you know, it's like as simple as that. I mean, if your best friend jumped off a cliff and he told you, let's go, let's jump off this cliff, are you gonna jump off the cliff with them? No, you're not going to. I mean, if you are, then you're probably brainwashed to do so. But I think, and brainwash, you know, I'm pretty sure everyone knows what brainwash means. It means you're basically corrupted and told lies and pretty much convinced and dragged into a delusional reality it's not real, you know. And when you think about what is real, people have opinions of what is real because, you know, they have religious concepts, they have different concepts of what is real, there's theories, and no one really knows what is real, right? So it's like, okay, well, if everyone has an opinion in this mix, then what is real? And see, that is what's real right there. Is what is reality is everyone has opinions of what reality is. And so there's a different lot of wisdom and takes and truths on it. See, and that's what and see, that right there is another reality, right? So it's like the reality of everything being in a mixed reality and people have different opinions of reality is a reality in itself. So then it goes back, and then you take it back again and you say that is a reality in all these other realities. See, and then it's like a paradox. But see, that's a whole different thing. But I mean, see, but the simplicity is your reality, your perception, your idea, your thought process of I need to do this. You don't have to do it. You don't have to do it, man. And see, like, I personally, and I guess this is going to be a personal story. I don't really care if anybody knows it, because I mean, there's a lot of people that just put whatever on the internet nowadays anyways. So like, I personally struggled a lot with a lot of different things, mental illness and stuff. And then I couldn't quit and I had a lot of other issues. You know, I've been through depression, anxiety. I've actually been diagnosed with schizophrenia, bipolar. I've been diagnosed with a lot of different things. Like, I've been to mental institutions, like I said, and stuff. And anyways, I actually wrote a book on my personal life story and actually how I went through a process in the last few years where I had kind of a miracle take place. And I don't really like to give credit to like religion or God or anything, because I don't like to make things a religious based kind of subject matter, because a lot of people, there's a lot of opinions and controversy on that. And I'm just going to say that the simplicity of it is, you know, I had a miracle take place where I was able to come out of mental illness and addiction. But see, that's the thing, is when people come out of it, they can go back to it. See? But, I mean, I think that the really just like my understanding of life now is completely different. Like, perception, you know, it's such a powerful thing, and it can really change your mind and change you into a different person. And if you think about acting, you know, actors, they have to get in character. They have to be this person. And you think about that, the person that they're portraying is this person who has all these ideals and background. They has this background, ideals. The person has opinions. They have personality. They have choices that they make. One person that they're portraying might smoke. He might not smoke. But think about that. If a person can just portray a person that smokes, right? Smokes cigarettes. If a person can just portray that person and act like they're that person, but the person isn't real, then who are you then? Or maybe you're just a person acting. And I'm not saying, and that's kind of cheesy or corny to say, oh, you're just acting like you're addicted or something. Because, you know, addiction is real and it's powerful. But what I'm saying is, the ideas you have, maybe your background and everything aren't as valuable as you think, or they're not really, I guess it's kind of hard to say what I'm getting at, but it's like, maybe it's not real. You know, maybe the person you are doesn't have to be that person, you know? And this comes to a lot of different subject matters, but I mean, like, when it comes to cigarettes, you don't have to be that person. You don't have to act, and you don't have to let it be real either. It doesn't have to be real either. You don't have to be such a real, intense person that's like, you know, and you don't have to do what other people do. You don't have to be powerless. You don't have to be weak. But it is very powerful, you know? But you have to be powerful. You have to find strength. You have to be strong. You have to do it, man. No one else is going to do it, and all these people are going to have opinions, and they'll be hopeless or whatever. And maybe the difference of you quitting is watching this video. I don't know. I don't even know if anybody's going to watch this video at all, honestly, because I've been posting a lot of different videos, and I'm just like not really getting many responses. I posted a bunch of rap songs. I've been producing music for years. I've been animating. I do a lot of different stuff, and I haven't really got any responses. It's kind of hard to get people on, like, it's kind of hard to build a YouTube channel. I guess, I don't know. I haven't really studied, like, watched videos on or tutorials on building a YouTube channel or whatever. But I figured I'd make this video. It's kind of a general subject of quitting smoking. But I guess, I don't know. I mean, that's kind of my experience with it. And I guess the simplicity is just seeing your perception of it. Your perspective of what is smoking and what isn't smoking. And just like the idea where it kind of doesn't exist in a way, but it does, and it's really powerful, and it is real. So I guess the point of the video is just saying that if you believe in yourself, you can overcome things. you can't accomplish your dreams or whatever that you really want to. But things can take a lot of hard work. And you know, with quitting smoking, you know, you got to think about it. If you've been addicted for a long time or whatever, you can just having the thought that you're going to, and kind of reserving that in the future for, you know, maybe not now, but I will. And maybe exercise, there's a lot of different things you can do that with. Is thinking, you know, maybe it won't happen now, but in the future. Because I had to mentally prepare myself over a few years. Like, not really like I was trying to do it so much as like I got the thought that, okay, I'm going to do this no matter what. And eventually it did come. Now I quit for a year and 3 months, but that's pretty good progress. That's pretty miraculous in itself. But anyways, I guess that's my experience with smoking, and I just hope that anybody out there, no matter who you are, where you're from, or what you believe about it, like, you can quit 100%, and you don't have to. There's no reason to do it. You know, there's absolutely no reason. It's not relieving your stress. It's not doing anything for you that you don't perceive as it doing. You just think it's doing something for you. It's actually not. But see, when you're addicted, the chemical and the satisfaction you get from that, that's a real thing. But see, once you get it out of your system, you have to keep it out of your mind. But you have to be absolute. I mean, I'm not saying this is the way it is or this is the way it isn't, because I don't know. It's just my own experience, but I think you do have to be strong. But that's all I got for this video. Thanks for watching.